ladies and gentlemen, we are working on 9-2 organizing data. We've already talked about line plots, and we're working on stem and leaf plots currently, a graph that groups data so that all but the last digit is the same in each category. We are using our test scores, our made-up test scores from Chapter 6 test. We have all the scores listed there. And how do you create a stem and leaf plot? Well, you create a stem, and then you add the leaves to it. Makes good sense, right?
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to look at our data, and we are going to evaluate what is our range of data. It looks like we have a 98, we have nothing higher than a 98, and it looks like we go as low as a 74. So we know that we have to have the data between 74 and 98. So we're going to start by creating our stems. And our stem is going to start at 7. We're going to have an 8 in there, and we're going to have a 9 in there, and then we're just going to draw ourselves a line. And if you go back to the definition, it says in a stem and leaf plot, it's a graph that groups data so that all but the last digit is the same in each category. So what do you suppose the 7 here represents? What data would it represent, Tate?
Probably the 70s.
Anybody who scored in the 70s, right? And then same with the 8, anybody in the 80s, 9, anybody in the 90s. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our data and we're just going to organize it making leaves using the last digit from all of our data points up here. So my suggestion is to start with the 7s, and we've got a 74. So I would cross it off, write yourself a 4. We got ourselves a 76, cross it off, put the 6 there. Hi, Samira.
Bye.
We know that this is not a 46 because it says all but the last digit is the same on the opposite side of the stem. So this is a 74 and this is a 76, not a 7 and a 46. We don't even need to put a comma in there. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay, looking at our 8s, we've got an 81. Did I miss one? 78. Oh, we got 78. And because I'm crossing them off, what have I been able to find that mistake? So I could have gone back and added it, right? So I would always suggest crossing them off because you are going to get the data, and they're going to ask you to construct a stem and leaf plot. Quizzes, tests, homework assignment. So I'm looking at the 8s. I've got an 81, which I just crossed off. I've got another 81, and I've got another 81. I have to list them all. Otherwise, it would look like I only have one 81, but I need to know that I need to show that I have 3 81s. And then I've got a 98. I've got a 96. I've got a 92. I've got another 98. And I've got a 95. Quick check. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pieces of data up top that they gave me. I got to make sure that I graph 11 pieces of data. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, good. I didn't miss anything. There's still a couple of problems with this graph. What do you think on our stem and leaf is the problem right now with the leaves? What should I do to make them a little bit easier to read and organize and understand, Pranav? They should be in order. Now, lucky for me, 74, 76, and 78 are in numerical order. 81, 81, 81, no need to order. But 98, 96, 92, 98, 95, we want to put them in order. Okay? So instead of erasing and losing data, I'm just going to organize them in a little note below. 2, 5, 6, 8, 8. Luckily, we have erasers, right?
Yep.
Because I don't want to have another set of data. So now I'm going to create my leaves, 2, 5. If you have a different way of doing it, that's fine as long as you get it right. But they do have to be in numerical order, or your leaves have to be in numerical order. Sweet. Now we have our data organized on a stem and leaf plot. We're not done, though. What else do you think we need to have for this stem and leaf plot? Tate.
All the last digits have to be the same.
What? Why would the last digit be the same? That's not what we need. Our stem and leaf looks great. What do we need, Kyle? We need a title, right? If you saw this, excuse me, but if this is all you saw, would you have any idea what you're dealing with? No, but if you had a title on it, I don't have a lot of room to write the title, but at the top, if I wrote Chapter 6 Math Test Scores, would you have some more context to work with?
Yeah.
That would be nice, right? Now let's take somebody who does not even know what a stem and leaf plot is or how to use it or how to read it. Should we teach them how to read it? What do you think we need to create?
Labels.
Kind of. How about a key? every stem and leaf plot needs a key. So we need to teach people how to use it. So we're going to actually write key. We're going to actually write key. And we're going to write an example of how to read this. 7, 4 means 74. 7 stem, I guess we'd call it, 4 means 74. Every stem and leaf plot must have a title. Every stem and leaf plot must have the stem and leaves. Every stem and leaf plot must have a key. Does that make sense? From this point forward, if you saw a stem and leaf plot, would you be able to just kill it? Yeah, they're not that hard, right? But you got to know what you're doing with it. So 7-4 means 74, and because we have a title, Chapter 6 Math Test Scores, we know that this person right here got a 74 on their math test. We know that the majority of the kids in the class got a what? 90 or above, right? We know the highest score was we know the lowest score was
74.
How many people got an 81? 3. Is it much easier to read that data and to interpret and to analyze that data with the stem and leaf or with just the list of scores? Stem and leaf is just a way of organizing the data, correct? Question Tate.
For the key, wouldn't you want 74 mean 74%?
Well, 74 means our math test score because we have a title up here.
Okay,
So sure, you could say 74%, you'd be okay.
Okay.
Yep, I wouldn't fault you for having that.